Hi guys, welcome back to the platform. We've got a sunrise flow today, so lots of gorgeous morning stretches and a bit of strength work. And we are going to start this flow in standing. So I want you to start at the back of your mat with the feet hip distance and the arms just down by your side. And I want you to take a big breath in through the nose and lift the arms to the ceiling, and then big exhale out to the side. Inhale, lift, and big exhale out. Reach the arms up, stretch through the shoulders, and then take the arms to the side. Little bend through the knees, draw the in-breath through the nose. And I want you to be quite audible with your breath work this morning. So just big breath in, and then big breath out. Good, big breath in. And then last one, breath in. Staying in your neutral pelvis. Little bend through the knees, tuck your chin towards your chest, and just start to roll down through the spine. Slow and steady on this first one. Little bend through the knees, resting the hands down on the mat, and then big breath in through the nose. Start to straighten the legs, start to roll all the way up through the spine. Push the hips forward, lengthen the tailbone down, staying in neutral. Inhale. Exhale, tuck your chin towards your chest, little bend through the knees, roll down through the spine. Bend the knees as much as you need to at the bottom, and then start to straighten the legs. Draw yourself all the way back up to standing. Few more. Breath in, tuck your chin. Let the hands drop away from the body, become really heavy. Spread through the toes, feet are hip distance. Breath in at the bottom, press the feet down into the ground and roll yourself all the way up. Let everything just ripple out of that body. Let the head relax, let the shoulders, and then press the feet into the mat and just roll all the way back up through the spine. A little bit different now. You're going to reach the arms to the ceiling, rise onto the toes, squeeze the inner thighs, and then bend the knees, let the arms go, and let the arms come all the way up behind you. Then you're going to keep the arms there. Start to take the arms out to a T shape as you roll up through the spine, and then take a back bend if it allows. So big stretch here. And then straighten up the arms, straighten up the spine. And again, reach, lift the heels up. Bend the knees, let go. Reach the arms up behind you. Start to straighten the legs, start to roll up through the spine. Arms out to a T shape. And then big stretch behind. And then reach the arms to the ceiling, straighten the spine. Last one, rise onto the toes. Bend the knees, let the arms go. Reach the arms behind you. Start to straighten those legs, roll up through the spine, arms out to a T shape. Take the head behind you and take that back bend. And then reach the arms to the ceiling, arms down by your side. Breath in, tuck your chin, flowing down now into our sequence. Hands come down to the mat, walk out to your plank position. So wrists are underneath the shoulders, gorgeous line with that body. Just start to rock forward and back here on the toes. Keeping the head in line with the spine. Start to wake up that body and then lift the hips up towards the ceiling for your first downward dog. We can take a little pedal through the feet here to stretch through the back of the legs. Pad the feet down. Taking that big breath in through the nose. Big breath out, ripple forward to that plank. Shoulders over wrists. And then again, lift those hips back up towards the ceiling. Downward dog. And again, ripple forward to that plank position. Breath in here, float back to that downward dog. Now you're going to press the left heel into the mat. Start to reach the right leg up towards the ceiling. Square the hips off to the mat. And then step that right foot to the outside of that right hand. Lower the left knee down, and I want you to start to reach that right arm forward and just start to circle and take a stretch for the body. So just warming up through the shoulders. You're going to feel this in the left hip. Deep breath in, deep breath out. And then you're going to place that right hand to the inside of that right foot. Option here to lift the back knee up. Or if not, we're just going to take a little circle round for those hips. So circling around, hands onto the mat, back knee can be lifted, and then just start to circle round the other way. Big breath in, chest forward. And then if you haven't got it lifted, lift that back leg up and just take a rotation up towards the ceiling. And then placing that hand down, step back to your plank position. Hips come back up towards the ceiling. Slowly walking those hands back towards your feet, find your forward fold. And then press the feet into the mat and start to roll all the way back up through the spine. Back to our starting position, so knees are bent. You're in your neutral spine. Reach the arms up and then exhale out to the side. Lift the arms to the ceiling and then out. This time lift the chin, lift up and come round. 2 more, lift up and over. Last one, lift up. Circle the arms to the side, tuck your chin towards your chest, roll down through the spine, hands away from that body. And then press the feet into the mat. Start to roll all the way back up. This time arms lift to the ceiling, heels lift, knees bend, arms swing up and over behind you. The arms come out to a T shape as you roll up through the spine. And then option to extend the arms out and take that back bend. And then arms lift to the ceiling, straighten that torso, arms down by your side. Tuck your chin, let's go on to the other side. So rolling down through the spine, start to walk out to that plank position. Wrists underneath the shoulders, gorgeous line with that body, and just start to rock forward and back here. So just lifting the belly button up towards the spine, rock forward and back, and then hips up to the ceiling, little pedal through those feet. Breath in through the nose, exhale, ripple forward to that plank. Hips back up towards the ceiling, little pedal through the feet, ripple forward to that plank. Last one, hips up towards the ceiling, right heel presses into the mat, the left leg lifts up. Square the hips and step to the outside of that left hand. Gently drop the back knee down and let's go into our circles. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out. And then place the hand down to the inside of that left foot. And we're going to start to take little circles here. Good. And then start to circle round the other way. Then slowly lifting that back leg up. Let's take a twist. So reaching the left arm up towards the ceiling, rotate that chest up, take a big breath in, and then that left hand comes down. You step back to your plank position. Knees drop down to the mat, and you find your first child's pose. So the forehead is relaxing down. You're creeping the hands forward to really stretch through the back. And just take a deep breath in here. And a deep breath out. Just find some peace and some quiet. Work out how that mental chatter is this morning in the head. Finding stillness in this pose. Deep breath in, deep breath out. So just slowly waking the body up this morning. Resting the bum all the way back down onto the heels. Breathing into the back of the rib cage. From here, I want you to bring the wrists underneath the shoulders and the knees underneath the hips. Let the toes go and press the hands, lift the spine, tuck the chin, and then lower the belly, lift the heart, pull the shoulders back. And again, press the hands, lift the spine, tuck the chin, lower the belly, lift the heart. So just going into our flexion and extension, reach up, and then lower slow. 2 more, lift up towards the ceiling. And then lower slow. This time, come to a flat back to start with. I want you to lower the belly down to the mat and shift the hips to the left. You're going to circle round, and as you come up that right side, you tuck your chin, spine comes to the ceiling. Then you lower the belly, hips lift, and then lift up, come round. So lower the belly, shift the hips to the left, and then tuck the chin. So we're going in a cat-cow circle. Press the hands, lift the spine, tuck the chin, lower the belly, lift the heart as you shift the hips to the left. Last one, lift up and lower. Now let's reverse this. So lift the spine to the ceiling, come round to the right, lower the belly, look forward. 3 more, lift up, lower the belly, and last 2. This feels so good. Last one, lift the spine. Come round so the wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Tuck the toes and just hover those knees for me. Start to extend your right leg back. Start to extend your left leg back. Then the right knee comes back underneath the hip and the left knee, other side, left leg extends, right leg. Then left knee pulls in, right knee. Hold it here for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hips up towards the ceiling. Find your downward dog. Ripple forward to your plank. Knees drop down. Elbows in. And we come all the way down onto the mat. Taking this into our swan position. So those hands are either side of the shoulders. Forehead is resting down. And those feet are slightly apart just to protect that lower back. Take a breath in through the nose, squeeze the shoulder blades, lift all the way up, and then press the hands and go into your full swan extension. So looking forward, hands as wide as the mat, lifting that core up, squeezing the glutes, and then elbows bend, forehead rest down. 3 more, squeeze the shoulder blades, look to the top of the mat, and then press the hands and take yourself into your full swan extension. And then elbows bend, and you draw down. Last one, squeeze the shoulder blades. Press the hands, lift up into your full swan extension. And then elbows bend, and you roll onto your left side. So legs are nice and long, feet are flexed. We're on that left elbow here. You're going to lift this top leg, so lift that right leg long through the body. And you're just going to take some circles. So bottom foot is flexed. Hold your stability. Bringing in that core strength. Bottom foot is flexed. Top foot is pointed. And then you're going to flex this foot. Kick the leg forward. Point, pull back. Kick the leg forward. Point, sweep back. Good. So kicking forward. Pulling back, so this top hip sits just behind that bottom. Kick forward, point, pull back, draw that belly button back towards your spine. Kick forward, point, pull back. 3 more. Draw the left elbow back. 2. Last one, pull all the way back, bend the knee. We're going to take a little stretch here. So holding onto that foot, Press the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot, just to feel that nice morning stretch. Then from here, you're going to keep the legs nice and straight, and you are going to drop your head all the way down. Forehead, hand is up towards the ceiling. From here, you're going to roll onto your tummies, and you're going to extend that left arm out in a T shape. Forehead is down on the mat, and this right arm is at a cactus shape. You are going to slowly start to press the right hand into the mat, and you're going to roll onto that left shoulder, bend your right knee, and tap the right foot onto the mat or the ground. So this is a really intense stretch for the shoulder. We've got a couple of options. The legs can be straight, stacked one on top of the other, or you can come back to lying on your front, and you can just bend this right knee so the right knee is level with the right hip. Forehead is down on the mat. So this is your option 1. Option 2 is to roll onto the shoulder, take a stretch, have the legs stacked, or you're going to bend the knee, tap the foot behind for a little bit of a further stretch here. So that left arm is out in a T shape. And we're going to take 20 seconds here just stretching it out. Really rest the head down. Find a bit of peace to your morning flow. Deep breath in through the nose. Deep breath out. Slowly rolling back onto your tummies. You're going to push straight up to your hands and knees. And on that same side that we did side legs, that right side, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. You're going to extend your right leg behind you and lift your right leg up to hip height. So without arching that lower back, turn the right hip down towards the mat, draw your knee to nose, and then extend, lengthen the leg. Draw knee to nose and extend, lengthen. Draw in and 5, 4. So really building into that core strength, stretching through the hamstrings. Last 2. And then last 1. Extend the leg all the way behind you. Holding it here, start to extend your left arm in front. For 3, 2, 1. Left hand down, right knee pulls in. Tuck the toes under, hover the knees, push up to your downward dog. Walk the hands back towards your feet, find your forward fold, and then roll up through the spine. And reach the arms to the ceiling, and then arms out to the side. And we're just going to come to the other side. So coming to the back of your mat, I'm going to go on to the other side for side leg. So reach the arms to the ceiling, and then take the arms out to the side. Tuck your chin towards your chest, little bend through the knees. Roll down through the spine. Walk out to your plank position. So wrists underneath the shoulders this time, the knees drop down, the toes release. You're going to push the elbows in, hover, and then extend up. Elbows in, lower, hover. Extend, lengthen. 3 more, lower down. And lift. 2 more, elbows in, press up on that exhale. Last 1, lower, press all the way up, and then elbows in, lower down, and rest that forehead down. So instead of swan, we're going to go into rockets. Arms are down by your side, the palms are facing up towards the ceiling, legs are separated. Start to let those fingers travel down the mat towards the toes, so the shoulders pull away from the ears. Then you're going to turn the palms so they're facing in towards each other. Take a breath in through the nose, lift the head, lift the arms, the palms are facing in, pull the shoulders down away from the ears, so really stretching through the back body. And then palms come down, back of the hands come down, palms up towards the ceiling. Again, breath in, fingers travel down the mat, shoulders pull away from the ears. You lift the chest, the palms face in towards each other. And then you lower the head down. Back of the hands relax. 2 more, slide. Lift, palms face in, look to the top of your mat, and then roll everything down. A little bit different on this last one. We're going to lift all the way up, palms are facing in. And if you're feeling confident, I want you to lift those legs up and tap down. Lift the legs up and tap down. Only if it feels okay on the lower back. Last one, lift up, tap down, roll yourself down, and come onto your second side for side leg. Second side for side leg. Okay, pull that elbow back. Legs are nice and long. Draw the belly button back towards the spine. Bottom foot is flexed, top foot is pointed. And you're just going to lift up, and you're just going to slowly take it into those circles to start with. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We'll take that gorgeous stretch on the other side as well. So flexing the foot, kick forward, and then you point, pull back. Kick forward, point, pull back. And again, forward, stretch through the front of the hip. Gorgeous morning flow. Bottom foot is flexed, and then you point that top foot to pull it back. Just a couple more now. Breathe in, exhale, pull back. So bring in that rhythm of the breath as well into the movement. 2. Now last one, you're going to pull all the way back, and we're going to take that stretch. So pressing the hand into the foot, foot into the hand. We can drop the head down now if we want to. Stretching through the front of the thigh. And then relax the head, relax the arm, relax the leg, and roll onto your tummy. This time we're going to extend our right arm out, left hand is into a cactus shape, forehead is down on the mat. And you've got an option to bend the left knee, place the left knee level with the left hip, and just stay in this position for a stretch. Or we're going to roll onto that right shoulder. We're going to stack the legs to start with to see how we feel. And if we want to, we're going to bend that left knee and place the left foot down on the ground and take our stretch here. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Slowly coming out of this pose, extending the leg, drawing the knee back down if you're in the frog pose, rolling back, push up to the hands and knees, wrists are underneath the shoulders, knees are underneath the hips, extend that left leg behind you, left leg lifts all the way up, knee to nose, and extend, draw knee to nose, and extend, lengthen, pulling in, leg goes level with the hip, draw in, try and touch that knee, 3, then we go into that extension. Last one, extend that left leg, reach that right arm in front, hold your position, leg and arm at the same height, press through that left hand for 3, 2, 1. Let's draw everything into center, wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and then you're just going to sit back onto the bum and just reach the arms to the ceiling. Take a twist over to the right, so left hand onto that right thigh, right hand behind you, and just take your twist. And then arms up to the ceiling, and then swap over to the other side. So right hand onto that left thigh, and twist and look over that left shoulder. And then coming all the way back to center, shift the hips to the left or right, and just come to the front of your mat. So bring the feet to the front of the mat, knees are bent, just reach the arms in front. And then you're slowly going to roll down through the spine. Legs are going to extend, feet are flexed. And then reach the arms to the ceiling, tuck your chin, bend the knees, and come forward. And again, extend the legs, roll down through the spine, arms overhead. Reach the arms to the ceiling, bend the knees, roll up. 2 more, extend the legs, flex the feet, roll down through the spine. Arms to the ceiling, roll up, knees bend. Last one, roll down through the spine, legs extend, arms overhead, and just take a full body stretch. Start to bend the right knee and start to bend the left knee, and keep the arms where they are overhead. Feet hip distance, heels in line with the sit bones. You're gonna sink the lower back into the mat, press the hips up towards the ceiling, and lower the arms down by your side. And then start to roll down through the spine, arms come up overhead. 3 more, push the hips up towards the ceiling, arms come down by your side. And then rolling all the way down, arms overhead. 2 more, roll up through the spine, arms come down by your side. And then lower all the way down, arms overhead. This time the arms come down by your side, hips up towards the ceiling. You're going to press your left foot into the mat, start to extend that right leg all the way up towards the ceiling. Holding here, keeping the leg extended, lower the hips down, curl your head, neck, shoulders. Take this into a hamstring stretch. Lower the head down, foot over hip. See if you can press straight up into that bridge. Lower the hips down, curl the head, neck, shoulders, draw that leg towards you. Lower the head down, press through that left foot, reach, lift up. Lower down, curl up, pull in. Last one, push up. And draw the knee in. Place the right ankle onto the left thigh. And then lift the knees up, interlace the hands behind that left thigh. And just take a little stretch for the glutes. Placing the left foot down, placing the right foot down. Let's go on to the other side. So float the arms overhead. Peel the spine up towards the ceiling as you push the arms down by your side. And then roll down through the spine, arms come up overhead. 3 more, tilt the pelvis, float those hips up, press through the hips. And then roll all the way down. Feels so good for the spine, especially first thing in the morning. 2 more, roll the hips up. Arms come down, and then lower slow. This last one, hips lift to the ceiling, arms come down. Keep the hips level and lifted, and then start to extend that left leg all the way up. So the hips are level, you're pressing through that right foot, the arms are giving you that support, and then the hips lower, the head curls, and you take a nice stretch for the hamstring there. Release the leg, release the head, push all the way up. And then lower down, hamstring stretch. Last 2, push all the way up. Lower down, draw in. Last one, push all the way up. Lower down, take that hamstring stretch. And then left ankle onto right thigh. Draw the knees in, rest the head down. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Take a deep breath out. And then keeping the knees where they are, you're going to interlace the hands behind your head. Curl your head, neck, shoulders. And then tap the foot down and curl up. Tapping down and lift up for 6 more. So getting a little bit of core strength in here. Draw the knee away, getting a little stretch. Support the head for 3 and 2. Big exhale, last 1. Place the foot down and then slide the leg along the mat, that right leg, keeping the foot onto the thigh and take a gorgeous stretch here for the hip. Going to make this transition good, so extend the left leg, right foot goes onto that left thigh, bend the left knee, interlace the hands behind your head, and again, inhale, exhale, curl up, tap the foot down, tap the head down, exhale, curl up, tap it down, for 3, and 2, last one, curl up. Rest the head, rest the foot, arms come down and slide that left leg along the mat. Draw the right knee down towards the mat, arms down by your side, and just take a deep breath in through the nose and a deep breath out. Then you're just going to slide the left knee in, slide the hands behind the head, and then curl the head, neck, shoulder, bring the knees up, tap the foot down, tap the head down, and then curl up, press the lower back into the mat. 3 more, curl up, release the foot down, and last 2. And then last 1. Take the hands behind the thigh, rest the head down, and pull the knees in towards the chest. Take a deep breath in through the nose, and then take a deep breath out. And then rest the foot down, right foot down, arms down by your side. Start to take the feet as wide as the mat and take the arms out a little bit wider. Start to take the knees over to the left, lift the back of the right hip up. Feel that stretch through the front of the hip, and then slowly take the knees over to the right. And again, knees over to the left. Lift the back of the right hip up, and then knees over to the right. Last one each side, knees over to the left. And then draw the knees over to the right. Coming to center, keeping those knees bent, reach the arms to the ceiling. Tuck your chin towards your chest, lower the arms, and roll yourself all the way up. Cross the legs in front, bring the hands down onto the mat, and come onto those hands and knees. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Start to extend that left leg behind you and float that left leg to hip height. You're going to tap the foot out to the left side and then over to the right. Tap it up over to the left and then over to the right. So just moving through the hips, strength through the upper body. Draw the belly button up, look down between those hands, tap it out and in. Last 2. And then last 1, just sweep that leg behind you and draw the knee in. Other side, right leg reaches, lifts up, tap out to the right side, and then behind you left. Tap out to the right, and then over to the left. Last 3, out to the right, sweep over to the left, and again out. Sweep behind, and then reach the leg up. Draw the knee in, tuck the toes under, hover the knees, come back into that downward dog. Taking a little bit of a pedal through the feet, coming full circle, so left heel digs into the mat, right leg lifts up towards the ceiling. Step to the outside of that right foot, left hand down, right arm reaches up. You're going to tap the elbow down on the inhale, exhale, lift up. Gorgeous morning flow. Tap down and lift up. 2 more, down, lift up. Last one, tap it down Lift all the way up, hand comes down to the mat. Step back to your plank position, hips straight up towards the ceiling. Little pedal through the feet, that right heel digs down, left leg extends. Left foot to the outside of that left hand. Left arm up towards the ceiling. Take your twist, elbow taps, and reach up. And again, tap it down. Lift all the way up. Last two. And then last one. Reach the arm to the ceiling. Hand comes down, step it back to plank. Straight with those hips up. Walk the hands back towards the feet. Find your forward fold and reach those arms up behind you. Start to roll up through the spine. Arms come out to a T shape. Take the extension if it feels good. And then reach the arms to the ceiling. Again, bend the knees. Sweep the arms behind you. Start to roll up through the spine. Arms out in a T shape. Take your stretch and reach the arms to the ceiling. Arms come down by your side. Hands onto the hips. Lift that right knee up. Step the foot out to your lunge position. So hips are forward, you're in your neutral spine, and you're just going to drop the knees down and extend the legs. Stay in neutral. Find a little bit of the flow. Going to finish in standing. 3, 2, last one, extend the legs. You're going to step onto that right foot, lift that left leg up. Square the hips down to the mat and just tap down. Lift up and lower. 4, 3, bend that right knee. 2. Last one, lift the leg up. Step back down into your lunge. Reach the arms forward. Hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the arms. Step it all the way back. Gorgeous. Other side. So feet are hip distance. Lengthen up through the spine. Lift that left knee up. Step forward to your lunge. Square the hips, square the legs. Lunge down. Lift up. So push the hips forward. Lengthen that tailbone down. 3, bend that back knee. 2, last one, step onto that left foot, lift that right leg, turn the hips down towards the mat, little bend through that front knee, lift and lower. 4, 6, pull the shoulders away from the ears. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, hold the leg up, step back down to your lunge, reach the arms forward, hold 3, 2, 1, straighten the arms, straighten the legs, and then step it back. Feet are hip distance, arms are down by your side. Final roll down to finish this morning sequence. Arms are down by your side. Take a huge breath in. Tuck your chin towards your chest, little bend through the knees, rolling down through the spine. Take a breath in through the nose, press your feet into the mat. Start to roll all the way up. Last one. Shoulders roll forward, little bend in the knees. Press the feet into the mat. Start to roll all the way up. Inhale, lift the shoulders and release. Lift the shoulders all the way up and release. Last one, lift the shoulders and release. Good, well done. You're all done with your morning sunrise flow. I hope you enjoyed a bit of mix of stretch and strength to get you moving in the morning, just to roll out that mat, get the body moving, get it feel good, and set up for the rest of the day. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you soon for another flow.